Hey, thanks for joining me today, and with me I have Obi, and he's going to be busy watching birds, and if he becomes too much of a distraction, I'm going to have to pause and take him out of the room, but we'll see how he does. I'm at home, obviously. This is going to be more like a morning mobilizer routine. As you can see outside, it's very snowy, and so the roads aren't very good, and so, this is what you do when you can exercise at home, right? You just kind of get a mat, get an exercise band, or I have a belt from a robe, and do a nice quick easy routine just to kind of wake up for the day, or this can be a routine that you do first thing before you go to bed. So let's go ahead and get started. Get your band with you, have your mat, and that's all you need. Go ahead and lie on your back. We're going to try to stretch everything laying down, but we're going to work a little bit because you never want to stretch a cold muscle. Watch your ponytail or your bun on the top of your head, so make sure your neck is nice and relaxed. Get that out of the way. And just go ahead and open up your shoulders, open up your hands to your ceiling. Let your belly relax. Don't think of pulling your belly button into your spine or anything first. Just let it settle. Actually, I really want you to use no abdominals right now. So just let everything relax. Let yourself melt into the floor before we get started. And we'll just start to move our body really easily and slowly at first. Letting your jaw relax, letting your tongue relax. Letting everything relax. And just take some deep breaths here. And just breathing, keeping the shoulders open. And just breathe. Just take a couple more deep breaths here. Letting the belly just settle. Letting your thighs release. And then that's it. Connecting with your body. Stretch your arms above your head. Let them rest on the floor. Open up your legs a little bit wider. Reach your fingertips away from your toes. Arch up your middle of your back here. Just stretch it up and then release. And then arch it up. And then release it down. And then arch it up. Lift and then release it down. If you can't get your arms right above your head, that's okay. Just keep arching in the middle of your back. You can let your arms go out to the sides a little bit. That feels a little bit better for me, so that's what I'm going to do. Lifting. There's no strain right now. And lowering. Just kind of moving through that body. Lift. And then let it go. Hold it here. Let your spine settle and start to move your ankles. Just circle your ankles around. And now start to move your wrists. Just circle the wrists around. And then change the direction, go the other way. Ooh. And then squeeze your toes too. Move your toes, move your fingers. Stretch out your wrists. Stretch out your feet. You haven't really used them yet today. Or maybe you have all day today, right? If this is your evening routine. Your feet are tired. They need to stretch. And now release them here. Grab your arms above your head here. It doesn't matter if they're on the floor or not. If you can, just stretch into your fingers. Lift your arms up. And now side bend over to one side. Oh, and just stretch here. And then come center. And then side bend over to the other side and stretch. Stretching up. And then come center. Let your arms go. Reach them down by your hips. Pull one knee in at a time. Plant your feet down to the floor. Nice and easy. There's not a lot of effort so far, right? This is just a nice, easy routine. Flip your palms open to the ceiling. Take an inhale. Exhale, sink your belly into the floor. Inhale, release it. Exhale, sink your belly into the floor. Inhale, release. Exhale, sink. No activation through the glutes or the hamstrings at all. Exhale, sink. Inhale, release. Exhale, think of pulling the belly button up underneath your spine, and then release. One more. And then press it down. And then release. Keeping this release, a neutral spine, just hip lift. Lift up, nice and easy, lower down. So no movement through your spine. Keeping the neutral, try not to tuck at all. It's just an easy lift up, easy lower down. Watching the rib cage, Chris. Keep those ribs connected from the front and lower down. I'm a good rib popper. I'm a good person to watch that as a cue. Lifting up, lowering down. Pushing through the heels a little bit, so you might start to feel the glutes and the hamstrings work. Just easy though, not a lot of work. Lifting up and lowering down. Now let's articulate. Tuck the tail and curl up one vertebrae at a time. Stretching knees over toes and then rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Don't go too far up. Notice nothing moves in my neck. So when you hip roll up or you bridge up, you should only go as far as that you can keep your neck and your upper body steady and then going all the way down. One vertebrae at a time. Inhale, exhale, roll up. Shoulders are relaxed, neck is relaxed, rolling down. Last time we're going to stay up there. Rolling up. And then lifting up here, hold it here, lift up the heels. Stretch through the toes, lower them down. Keep the hips lifted though. Stretch the heels, lower them down, stretching through the toes, lifting up and lower down and lifting up and lowering down. Stay here, take your hands, place them under your glutes or your low back and just push up just a little bit and then release. Just passively press up. And then release just a little bit. Push up, lift, and then release, and lift up, and then release. Only going at your own range of motion, right? So don't push yourself too much. And then release one more time, lifting up, and then let it go. Take your arms away, hands away, and then roll down the spine. Oh, that feels good. Walk your feet now, at least the width of your mat. Maybe a little bit wider, let your knees and thighs follow. Drop your knees over to one side. Just stretch. Now we're twisting through that low body. Since we rolled it, we flexed it enough. Now we're going to rotate it, twist it, and over to the other side. Just stretch, and you're stretching through the hamstring and the hip flexor, and not the hamstring, the quadriceps, and then over to the other side. Over, stretch. Really think about pushing this knee down, so that top knee. And then over to the other side. Stretch. Let your back arch, let your spine do whatever it wants to here. One more each way. And over, stretch. And then come center. And then one more over, stretch. And then pull it up. Now bring your feet closer together. Hip distance apart. Bring your hands down by your hips a little bit more. And you can place your hands on the floor. Pick one leg up into tabletop. And I want you just to move the thigh. So you're just going to circle the thigh around. Trying to keep your imprinted spine. So you're keeping a little bit more activation through the abdominal so that you're not wobbling all over the place. Okay, so we're just trying to move that leg just a little bit. Circle around, change the direction, go the other way. Try to go in a full circle. So in, out, across, and around, down. Let's make a circle. That was my point. And circle. Keeping that activation through the core so the hip stays really steady. Pelvis stays nice and steady. And then place it down, switching legs. A leg comes up and circle in one direction. You pick the direction, doesn't matter. Just mobilize through that hip joint. Activation through the core. Trying to let it go. And try not to really move on that opposite leg as well. I can feel this leg on this side trying to counterbalance that leg, and I'm trying not to let that happen. I'm trying to do it with my core. Change the direction, go the other way, because that was about a million on that side. Circle and circle. I think you've known right about now. If you've been in my classes, you've taken many of my videos. I can't count. And that's okay. Many Pilates teachers can't count. We lose count. Circle around. We're thinking about other things. It's more about you than about counting. Oh, and then let it go. Place the foot down. Let's do one more hip roll. Take a breath. And then exhale and hip roll up. Stretching knees over toes. And then rolling down nice and slowly. Good. Okay, now take your legs, straighten one out. Take your same arm, straighten that arm out, and then flip over towards that side. So we're going to lie on our side here. Then bend your knees back in. So your head is relaxed, your neck is relaxed. And I want you to lift up off that waist, reach your arm forward, and you're just going to open up your hand to the ceiling and then open up out to the other side. Oh, stretching through that upper body now. Bring it back up to the ceiling and then lower it down. Lift the arm, lift the head up just off that arm just a little bit just to make it comfortable. Then they can bring it to the floor. Ouch. Reaching. Ooh. And then come on up. Yeah, just nice and easy. One more lift. And then over. Oh, and stretch. Reaching those fingertips. Really stretch. And then coming up. Actually, I lied. I want to do one more. Let's add on. Lift. Because I think this would feel really good. Stretch. Hold it here now. Really reaching those fingertips now. Take your top leg and straighten it. Ow. Oh, get a good spine twist here. Reaching that arm. Can I touch a kitty tail? I can touch a kitty tail. Hi, baby. Reaching, stretching here. So now we're bringing the stretch down into the thigh, into the side of the hip. Make sure my mic isn't touching my neck too much. Holding it here. Woo. And now bend that knee back in. Lift the arm up to the ceiling and then unwind. Woo. Let's go to the other side. Carefully rolling to the other direction. Straighten the leg, straighten the arm, and now turn over. Oh, bend both knees. Come into like a little fetal position. Reach the arm forward. Lift the arm up to the ceiling. Open the chest to the ceiling. Oh, and stretch here. Reaching those fingertips, twisting that spine. Bring it back up and lower the arm down. Lifting up. Opening to the ceiling, stretching here, reaching those fingertips. Okay, we did 3 before we added on. I can count. Lift and lower down. You would think you'd be able to count, right? Such a small number. But it's so easy to lose track. Open, twisting, and then bring it up. Notice if one side feels tighter than the other side. Last one, lifting up, adding on here, stretching open. Oh my goodness. So this arm can be down if it wants to. Stretch that top leg. Ow. Woo, much tighter on this side. Leg can be down on the floor. Reaching that foot and the fingertips in opposite directions. And stretching. And reaching. Hi, sweetie. Hi, baby. Taking a deep breath here. Moving those ribs. Make sure you really try to mobilize through the rib cage. And now slowly bend that knee first. Sorry. Lift the arm up. And then bring the arm down. Oh, he does not like to be moved. And now come up to 4-point kneeling. Oh, so hands and knees. Hands and knees. Let me flip around to the other side. Okay, take your hands right underneath your shoulders. Take your toes and tuck them. Hi, sweetie. And all I want you to do is cat. Oh, and we have a kitty to demonstrate. Lifting up. Oh, stretching that spine. Pulling the belly in, pushing the tailbone forward. And now come to a straight spine here. Lifting the head up. Just a straight spine. Don't arch too much. Lift up round. Cat stretch here. And come to a straight spine. Keeping the head lifted. Don't drop it down. Softening your elbows. Cat up. Lift. Holding the rib cage in. Oh, and then lowering it down. Stretching straight spine. Last one. Lifting up cat. Tucking the tail. And then lower down straight spine. Nice work. Reach one arm out forward. Right by that ear if you can. Lower it down. Don't move. Lift the other arm out. Feel the small shift in your body. Lower it down. So easy core engagement, but you feel it. Lower it down. Last one, lift. Up. And then lower it down. Now the legs. One leg lifts up. No movement. And then lower it down. Keep the head lifted. Try to place that leg right where it was. Lift it up. Point that foot. Lower down. Nice and easy. And lift. Small shift. Try to minimize it. Lower. Last one. Lift. And then lower down. Let's do a little more work here. Lift the first leg up and hold it. Stretch it. Flex that ankle. Bend your knee. And then straighten it. And then bend it. And then straighten. Let's make it a little bit harder. Lift up your opposite arm. Forward. Keep working the leg bend. And straighten. And bend. Thigh is up as high as it can go. easy hamstring curl. And straighten, reaching those fingertips, bend. And then straighten, I think we did about 8 here, bend. And then straighten, hold it here, lower the hand, lift the leg up a little bit higher now, squeeze that glute, circle the ankle, circle 1, and 2, I'm going to count, and 3, and 4, change the direction, 1, a little bit higher leg, and 3, and 4, point the foot, and then bend the knee, work on the other side, nice and easy, lift it up, and now flex, lift up a little bit higher, now bend, 1, and out. And 2, try to keep the knee face down to the floor, and in, pulling that belly in, soften through those elbows, lift up the opposite arm, oh, yeah, whew, and pull in. It's amazing sometimes, isn't it, how difficult and challenging something so easy can be. I guess let's do 2 more, and then 1 more, bend, and then straighten, keep the foot flexed, lower the hand, lift the leg up a little bit higher now, circle the ankle, 1, whoa, 2, flexing and circling those toes as well, and then change the direction, go the other way, circle, lift the leg up, using those hamstrings and glutes, and a 1, and point, and then bend the knee in, hold it here and sit back and stretch into the glutes, reach your fingertips forward, bring the head down, reaching through the armpits, push into the hips. And now come back up, let's have a seat. Reaching the legs forward. Oh, whew. Okay, let's roll. Reaching forward. Inhale, exhale, tuck your tail and rolling down 1 vertebra at a time, still reaching forward. Notice nothing really changed in my upper body, just my lower body first. My upper body will get there, and then reach. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, lift the head, lift the chest, and roll up. Pulling the belly in, nice and tight. Hold it here, and now bend forward, pulling that stomach in. Fingertips are reaching forward, and then roll down 1 vertebra at a time, reaching those feet. Oh, nice and slow. Reach, inhale, exhale, lifting up. 1 vertebrae at a time. Bend your knees if you have to. Lift up nice and tall. Bend. Pulling that core in. Hold it here, flex your feet. Push through those heels, stretch through those calves, backs of the knees. Lifting nice and tall, and then rolling down. Keep the feet flexed though, pushing through your heels. Rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time, squeezing those inner thighs. Lifting up, keeping the feet flexed. Inhale. Exhale, rolling up, pushing and lifting. Keeping it forward, reaching, feet are flexed. And then lift up nice and tall. Open those arms, keep the feet flexed, rotate, twist 1 direction, and then center. And the other direction. Now the direction we're rotating, what I want you to think of is leaning that way just a little bit. So lean towards your direction that you're rotating. And twist, and then center, and rotate, and then center. 1 more. And rotate, keep those feet flexed, and then center, reach your arms forward, and then rolling down, grabbing your band with you as you come down 1 vertebra at a time. Band or belt, you can use a leather belt, rope belt, whatever you got handy. Put 1 foot in and stretch out that hamstring. Pull in, ow, and just flex the foot and point the foot, and flex the foot and point the foot. Working through that calf, and point and flex, and point and flex. Yep, point and flex, good. Okay, now I want you to grab onto that band or that rope, a little bit, rope belt, a little bit higher. Lift the head and chest up, but try not to lower that leg. Keep the head and chest lifted, bring that leg a little bit tighter in now. Really stretching through the whole back. And then open that leg to the side with the same arm as leg. Stretching here, counterbalancing with your other arm. Bring it up. Switching hands. Open up that other hand. Ooh. And stretching that outer hip. That outer knee. Try not to bend this knee though. Pulling it in. And then come back up. And then lower yourself down. Ooh, nice. Switching feet. Other foot is in. And then pull that foot in. Ow. and then flex and point. Stretching through, wherever you're going to feel this in the back of that leg, back of the knee, calf, hamstring. Just point and flex. The other knee can be bent if it wants to. Doesn't have to be straight. Just comfortable on your back. That's the important part here. What that other leg is doing, this leg, is all about your back. Point and flex, point and flex. And now grab on a little bit higher up on that band or that belt and lift your chest up. Come in a little bit tighter now. Really stretch through that hamstring, back of the knee, calf. Same hand as leg. Open, stretch inner thigh. Ooh. Use your abs to keep your chest lifted as high as it can go. Bring it back across. Opposite hand as leg. Open. Ooh, ow. And lifting up. Ooh. Ooh, feel that right on that side of that knee, yes? Down the calf. Open that chest. Keeping those arms open here, keeping the shoulders wide. Bring it back up. And then lower your chest down. Ah, nice, that felt great. Take your foot out. Let's do a little abdominal work now. Whew. Okay, feet are planted, neutral spine. So find that little curve through that low back. Notice I can put quite a bit of my hand underneath my low back. Push your rib cage down. Tighten through that core. Reach your arms to your hips. Inhale. Exhale, keep your neutral, lifting up. Hold it here, little pulses here. 1 and 2. Neutral spine, 3 and 4. Notice I can't go very high. 5 and 6. Lots of my shoulder blades are down. 8, 9. Hold here. 10. Now come into an imprint. Come up a little bit higher. Now shoulder blades are way off. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold. One leg up, other leg up. Toe taps. 1, 2, 3. Chest is up. 4, 5. Feel those low abdominals. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Belly's in. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, you're so cute. 18, 19, and 20. Both knees up. Straighten both legs. Lower just a little bit. Lift. 1. Lower. Lift. 2. Lower. Chest is up higher. 4. Lower the head if you need to. 5. Belly is in. Don't arch that back. 6. 7. Pull in tighter. 8. Pull in tighter. Straighten those knees. Stretch those hamstrings. 10. Lift. Bend your knees. Lower your upper body. Whew. And then relax down. One at a time. Nice. Come to your side. Straighten your bottom arm out. Strong through the core, pulling your belly in, lifting your waist up just a little bit. Take your top foot and reach behind. Ow, and grab it. Oh, stretching through that quadricep. Opening up that hip flexor. We're not going into an arch in that low back. So if you want, my thigh is right on top of my other thigh. If you want to make it a little bit nicer for your back, you can pull your thigh forward a little bit and kind of round through that low back. It's up to you. Make it your own for right now. Or you can do the opposite. Arch. Oh, maybe do both. Arch and then pull in. So it can be your own stretch here. But main thing is I want you to stretch your hams or your quadriceps and the front of the hip right here and open that front of the hip up. Whew. And then let it go. Come onto your stomach before we go to the other side. So onto your stomach. Reaching the legs long and then laterally rotate the feet, the thighs, and then reaching your hands right by those shoulders. Pulling those abdominals in. Just lift your chest up very small. Doesn't have to be big at all. And then lower down, pulling those abs in. Inhale, arching up, lifting. My ponytail's falling out. And lowering down. Arching up and lifting. Lifting, and lowering down. Last one. Lifting up this one, I want you to stay. So again, find your own range of motion. Reach your arms behind you, like to the sides of your thighs, and just bend here. Reach to the foot, and then reach to the foot. So you feel on the side of the back. Reach to the foot. And open the collarbones. Reach and reach. and reach one more, and reach last one. And then bend your elbows, hands on the floor, and then lower yourself down. Bring the legs together, straighten your other arm coming to the other side for stretching out the hip flexor and the quadriceps. So you're on your side. Again, your bottom waist is lifted up, and I want you to grab your foot. Oh, can I grab my foot? Yes, I can. Okay, again, settle here for a minute, a couple seconds, and tuck your low back, round it if you want to pull the knee forward, and then arch it. Or just stay in one direction. You don't have to go back and forth if you don't want to. If it doesn't feel good today, it's okay. Just kind of make it your own. Or you could just stay still. You don't have to move at all. You can just stay still. Just stretching those quadriceps out. But making sure that your abs are engaged about 10 to 15%. So you are using your abdominals only to hold like your core in. It's not like we're really doing an ab curl. We're just holding our core in. And then let go out, and then straighten that leg and come onto your back. Reaching your arms up overhead. Reaching your legs out long, and then roll up, head, chest, lifting up, rounding through the spine, and then coming all the way up, and then facing center. Let's face forward, and then take your legs and go into a pretzel position. So nice and easy, and we gotta do a little side bend. We're just doing a little side bend, but now we gotta do just a little bit nice passive side bend, okay? So your legs are pretzeled, whichever the legs direction they're going, that way, we're gonna side bend the other way. Stretch over the other way. You can come all the way down to the floor if you want to, and then come back up. And the other way, over. And then back up. Oh, one more time. And over, stretch. And now come back up. Now we're going to rotate towards the opposite direction of your legs. Rotate. Oh, and then back center. Hand can be on the floor. Rotate, twist. Ow. And then back center. That feels good. And then rotate, twist. Oh. And then center. One more. Make sure your neck and your shoulder is down. Okay, so always think about what the rest of your body is doing as well. And then center. Hand on the opposite leg and stretch over. Ooh. Tight, 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 tight. And then come back up. Switch sides. Whew. Okay. Pretzel. So now you're going the opposite way of your legs. Hand on the floor and side bend over 3. Over, stretch. And then up. And then over and stretch. And then up. Keep your neck long, keep your shoulders down. So it's about your rib cage, it's about your spine, it's not about your shoulder reaching. And then come back up. Last one. No, yeah, 3. One more. I think I lost count. And then come back up. Big surprise, right? Use the hand on the floor, twist. Rotate, over, pull, and then center. Neck is long, and rotate. And then center. Try not to move your pelvis at all. And twist. So we're just like a bottom top. And then center. One more. And rotate, and then come center, hand, and then reach over and stretch. Oh, feels good. Nice work. And now come back up. Swing your legs out in front of you, reaching forward now. Grab your feet. Use your band or your belt if you want to, or you can just grab those feet. Drop your head to your knees. Give your back a stretch here. And then lifting up. Keep your feet just like that, your legs just like that. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. Grab one wrist and side bend to one direction. And then come back up. Other direction, side bend. And then back up, switch wrists. Grab the other wrist, side bend over one direction. Feel a little more pull on the other one side, then the other side. And other direction. And then back down. And then back straight, sorry. Reach your arms forward and then rolling down one vertebrae at a time, nice and slowly. Oh. And then all the way down, okay. Relaxing down, bend your knees. Plant your feet, hip roll up. Inhale, exhale, hip roll one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow, stay here. Take your hands, place them underneath your hips again, and see now if you can go a little bit higher. Oh yeah, now it doesn't feel as tight, does it? Keep your collarbones wide though. Don't go into yoga. Keep those collarbones wide. Keep your shoulder blades wide. Don't tuck your shoulders. Don't round your shoulders underneath you. I want you to keep your neck out of the picture. Keep your upper back wide. Give your spine a lot of space. Don't compress it. Whew. Now, see if you can just let go of the glutes and just kind of rest in those hands. Oh, that feels good. And now lift, let go, and then roll your spine down. Nice and slow. Pull one knee into your chest, stretching out your back, your hamstrings, your glutes. Switch. Pull the other knee in. And now pull both knees in. Rack yourself up to sitting. And then we are done. Nice. Good. I feel good. I hope you feel good and you're ready to start your day, or you're ready to go to sleep. Bye-bye. See you soon.